Alright, so as stated before last week, all of the lectures and discussions will be recorded, so that if you miss something or would like to review over something, it'll be sent to you at the end of the class or sometime before the weekend, the recorded session. So this week we're going to be discussing what marketing is. And we're going to be reviewing Module 1. But before we review Module 1, just get into the habit of every class. We're going to go over at least a 2-week period of upcoming events. So we're in week 4. This is actually our second week of the class. And as you can see, the module that we're going to be reviewing is Module 1, What is Marketing? Hopefully you prepared for this module discussion by reading Module 1 during the class session, or over this hour and 20-minute long class. You're going to have a knowledge check. The just-in-time survey, we may push that to next week depending on our time. A brief lecture. You'll have a group case to work on for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then journal entries and reminders. Friday skills assistance. Now I'm usually logged into Skype, so it's not a meeting invite that goes out. I'm just in Skype, and if you're on Skype and you have any questions about any assignments, I'll be available from 10:30 to 11:30 every Friday. It could be about what we reviewed, or an upcoming assignment that you might be working on or having questions about. For this week, you will have to start working on your portfolio projects. I did receive some emails about companies that some of you plan on working on. If you haven't sent me that information, you need to do that before the end of today, so I have an idea of who you're going to be writing about or what company you're going to be writing about. And this introduction is going to be due February 7th or the day before the next class. Alright, so some of the assignments, the details. Again, the introduction is due, it's actually due on the 7th. So let me change that right now. And you can actually view this by going into Blackboard, of course, going into Module 2 and under the assignments area. As you can see, I have like little pointers to where to go to. As far as the portfolio assignment, you can always, if you want to know what's going on as far as the portfolio assignment, you can always go back to Module 1 in the assignments area, and you'll see the rubric as well as the instructions, the project instructions. Alright, some highlights of the assignment, or the portfolio assignment that's due February 7th. Is just a brief introduction of the 2 companies that you're going to be writing about. It's going to be at least 150 words. And like I said, it's just a brief history, starting to get you geared up to start working on the assignment or getting a little bit more into the project. So more review of week 1. If you have any questions about when assignments are due or what's coming up, so you can prepare for it, look in the tracking calendar. The tracking calendar is located in Blackboard for this class in the welcome area. We talked about student assistance. That's very important. If you have any questions or any problems throughout the week, either email me, send me a Skype message on Fridays between 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Text me, or set up an appointment for skill assistance if Friday at 10:30 to 11:30 doesn't work for you. It's very important that you let me know if you have any questions or problems with this class as soon as possible so that we can try to resolve any confusion or questions that you have. As far as the grading criteria, it's in the supplemental syllabus, but some things to highlight. You will have knowledge checks, and the knowledge checks, we're actually going to do them at least once. We're going to review the knowledge check questions at least once before you have to do the knowledge check assignment and turn it in for grades. So this kind of way to repeat some things that we discuss in class so that you'll hopefully retain most of the information. Your Starbucks essay is due week 7. There's a report due week 14, and your marketing plan portfolio, that's all semester long. So that's the marketing plan portfolio is pretty much, we started that with the identification of the 2 companies that you plan on writing about. So just, make sure that you're up to date on that, because it's going to be all throughout the semester. I'll give you the due dates and what's assigned by the due dates when the time comes. So now we're going to discuss what marketing is. The technical definition of marketing is the activity and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that provide value for customers. Every day we encounter marketing, whether it's opening a promotional email from your favorite store, or even a store that you didn't even know you signed up for, receiving emails, or making a marketing related decision, or analyzing and accessing marketing communications. We all encounter marketing every day. And since we are all consumers, we are consistently involved in marketing. We're just on the buyer side instead of the seller side. All consumers and businesses engage in marketing on a daily basis. We just need to be able to recognize which side we're on. So we have an ultimate consumer and an organizational buyer. The ultimate consumer buys and use the marketed products. They're regular everyday people who use the products and services that they purchase for their household and their everyday life. Organizational buyers, they also buy and use products, but these buyers represent things like manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, and governmental agencies who buy products and services to either use them or to resell them. So the goal of marketing is to try to meet the wants and needs of a customer. And the way they do that is by providing a value of a service or product. And by doing this, they satisfy that want and need. An example of this would be Apple when they introduce their new products, their new iPhone, for example. When Apple releases a new product, they hold a big event, a big Apple event, where they unveil the new product that's coming out. Apple communicates to their customers about the new product, whether it's through an email, whether it's through constant advertisements on TV, or if you're on Facebook or any other social media, they may have some advertisements there. But they're going to let you know that, hey, this new product is coming out and it has all these new features that they want to highlight to you. And even the cell phone carriers might start promoting you. Maybe they might start calling you or giving you a text message, or when you log into their website or into your account, they might say, this new iPhone is coming out. So you might want to, be the first to get it because it does this, this, and this, and this. So Apple successfully communicates and delivers the information they want to about that new iPhone. Like everywhere you go, you might be inundated with advertisements from Apple. But when they do release all of this, the marketing, they need to know if this is going to fulfill a customer's need or satisfy a perceived value, give them perceived value. If the answer is yes, then more than likely that customer might pay, $1,100 like we see for this iPhone 12 Pro, as opposed to getting an older, and I put that in air quotes, older iPhone XS for half the price. There are multiple types of values that marketers can create, like Apple. But the main type of value would be customer perceived value, where customer perceived value equals total perceived benefits minus the total perceived cost. So benefits minus cost. If the perceived value is a positive number, then that customer is going to see the value in paying $1,100 for that iPhone 12 Pro versus paying $550 for an older version. All right, so the 4 P's of marketing is the foundational model of marketing that outlines the marketing tools needed to pursue an objective for the target market. The 4 P's are product, price, promotion, and place. This is also known as the marketing mix. So either you'll hear me say the 4 P's or you might hear me say the marketing mix throughout the semester. Just know that those two terms are interchangeable. So the product is the service or product that will satisfy customer needs. The price is what the customer is willing to exchange for the product. The place is how and where the customer will receive the product or service. Promotion is kind of the marketing part, how the seller and the buyer will communicate about the product. Now, marketers are able to control the 4 P's, so we say that those are controllable factors. An example of this would be something like Black Friday, whether it's Walmart, Best Buy, Target. Those companies or those retailers usually drop the price of a lot of their popular TV models to try to get people to pay attention and come into their store. The marketing team is pretty much controlling the price. So that's one part of the marketing mix. They'll also send out Black Friday advertisements, inserts in newspapers, or post digital advertisements on places like Yahoo, all of the different search engines, and all over social media. And I usually get emails from Best Buy like at least 1 or 2 every day. So they also email their potential customers or their customers about the upcoming price drops, and then they also update any sales banners on their websites. So their marketing team is also controlling the promotion in addition to the price. So as you can see, marketing is in control of the execution of the 4 P's, whether it's they're trying to manipulate the price or control the price to get you to pay attention and come in, or the promotion where they're trying to make sure that these products are coming out. So like we said, marketers can control the 4 P's, but there are some things that marketers can't control, and we call those the uncontrollable variables. These are often environmental forces that cause the the marketers to not be able to control the 4 Ps. And the 5 environmental forces, uncontrollable forces, are social, economic, technological, competitive, and regulatory. So the social part, that's the social environment that looks at what is in at the current time. So the current fad, what do people like right now? What's the trend? What worked 10 years ago might already be irrelevant, and probably is irrelevant. So an example of that would be the growing interest in the health and wellness areas, where nowadays a lot of people wear, they call them wearables, like Fitbit, Garmin, Apple Watch. They keep track of, your daily, your steps, your heart rate, your blood pressure, and all types of health-related stats. So, that wasn't popular 10 years ago. Probably not really popular 5 years ago. It was just really becoming popular, I think, over the past. It's been less than 5 years that became popular. So that's the social force that marketers can't control. The next thing is the economic part. The economy is constantly changing, and with the changes in the economy, that impacts consumer confidence. So right now, there are a lot of people that are shopping online, a lot more than before. It was already trending upwards, but now with the pandemic going on, a lot more people are shopping online and getting things delivered to their home. New technologies are constantly being introduced, which can help marketers. Marketers take advantage of those advances when they create their marketing plans. An example of that is we all if we're logging into like any type of social media, we notice that we see a lot of advertisements and a lot of products being marketed to us. Well, that's because the technology nowadays allows for that. Where you figure 10 or 15 years ago, they were trying to market it, but not as much as they market us now through social media. The competitive environment, this represents what the competition is doing. The smartest marketers are always watching to see what others are doing so that they can stay competitive. If you think about a company like McDonald's, McDonald's always tries to stay ahead of its competitors like Wendy's and Burger King by introducing new value meals, or the $1 menu, or different combinations to try to get people to pay attention to their products as opposed to paying attention to their competitors' products. The regulatory environment involves the federal, state, and local rules and restrictions that can impact the business. An example of this can be in the tobacco industry. Now, I try to think about this. I don't think I've ever seen a commercial for tobacco products, like for cigarettes. I think I've heard advertisements on podcasts for e-cigarettes, maybe, but I don't think I've ever seen a TV or heard a radio advertisement for tobacco products. So I know they do. Actually, I don't think I have seen any billboards, because those used to be popular in the 90s. I'm dating myself a little bit, but in the 90s, but the 2000s, I can't recall seeing a billboard, but that's because of the regulations and the rules that are set for tobacco industry. They can't advertise the same way that, say, Apple advertises its products, or McDonald's advertises its products. So for those that don't have a physical book, that's okay. Everything that we discuss are in the modules. So if you go into, we're doing module 1 this week, so I'm going into module 1. You can click on this Microsoft document that says, "What is marketing?" or you can click on here, and this is actually pretty much what's in that Microsoft document. But if you notice, there's knowledge, check your knowledge. It's a knowledge check, which will assist you with the knowledge check assignment that you'll have to turn in before Wednesday morning. So everything that's discussed, it's all in here. So everything that I discussed briefly in the class, you can get the information in here, and you can also practice the knowledge check before actually doing the knowledge check, or you can do it during the knowledge check. Doesn't matter. My thing is, I want you to repeat this as much as possible. We're actually going to do a quick knowledge check before you do your group assignment, just to get more of a repetitive. You're going to repeat this over and over so that you kind of understand what's going on. All right, so normally we would have to, we'll do a group assignment, and then you would come back after your group assignment and actually present it. But since we're a little bit short on time today, what you will have to do is you're going to do the group project. I'll email it to you. And then once you're done with the group project, you get, 30 minutes to do it. Email me the Word document. Don't worry about the presenter name, but this is the heading for the project. Email it so that you can get graded. We won't do any presentations. Each question that you answer, it has to be at least 100 words minimum, and there'll be 2 questions for each group to answer. So go ahead and get into your breakout sessions, and once you get in there, check your email for the group case assignment.